Hey guys, so I just want to make some videos regarding just guardians and builds and things you should know about the game just to help you know how to craft and what to look out for and what to pop on, stuff like that. So I guess I'll start with just like a few basics for gameplay. I'm guessing everyone already knows over here you have your stats, your mobility, resilience, recovery, discipline, intellect, and strength. They define how quickly you do certain things. So, discipline for grenades, you can see the bar there at the bottom. That specifies how quickly you get your grenades back. Intellect for your super, strength for your melees, your charged melees, and then you have your recovery rates, your how much damage you can take, and your how fast you move while strafing. This doesn't count for your run speed. Your run speed is the same for all guardians. That's changed by a few things, but mostly it's the same for all guardians. And this is your strafe speed. So just when you're actually moving, walking speed, that's it, and aiming down sight speed. So for general PvE activities, I would say that mostly mobility is good. Mobility is really good. Resilience isn't that important. It has its uses, but really, if you can avoid the bullets, then you don't need to take as many bullets. That's the way that goes. And the recovery is a decent perk. Definitely, it gets you back into the fight quicker. However, there's a lot of things that just can in PVE that can just override that, so you don't need to have very high recovery. Um, as for your discipline, intellect, and strength, those are depending on your builds. And we say build, we're just talking about armor and weapons. On top of that, exotics and the subclass that you're choosing for your guardian that all work together to synergize and do a particular thing. No matter what that might be. It might be just showing lots of grenades. It might be getting as much heavy ammo as you can to use your heavy ammo as much as possible, or just developing a super as quickly as possible. Meleeing something that will keep you alive, so it's always health regenerating, something that helps your friends. There's many different types of builds you can make in Destiny. I'll show you a few of my own at the end of this, but I just wanted to talk about how you actually go through the process of making a build. This is just personal thoughts from myself, and many people might have different methods on this, but I'm just giving you just information as to what I do. So just going to go into here. So just this one I'm wearing right now, this is just my Crucible build. And this is actually trying to max out my mobility and my resilience. The only reason that these aren't maxed is because I'm looking for a better chest piece so I can master at this. But that is max my mobility and my resilience, because those are the two traits that I want to use in PvP. Mobility will allow me to miss more shots from the enemy, and resilience will allow me to pop more barricades, which also regain my health. So my recovery, which is another one that other people take really highly in PvP. People like to have a high recovery, so it gets them back into the fight quicker. I don't go for that because I'm using my chest piece to actually generate my health back, and then I wait on further recovery following that. But it gets me back into the fight quicker, and it also can surprise my enemies. So that's how I made this one. I wanted something that's quite passive, but works with how I play in Crucible. So I always have done pops barricades since they were a thing because they keep you safe. Why not get health back by doing that? I max out my resilience and I use a mod called perpetuation on my boots, sorry, distribution on my boots, which will actually help me get my barricade back as quickly as possible. So I should be able to pop one like once every 20 seconds, let's say. Um, on top of that, I use fusion rifles in the Crucible a lot, so I have the light reactor on there to actually help. So let's just go into how you would make one. The first thing I would do is I would choose an exotic, usually my armor first, that actually would do something special for me. So I just look through my exotic armors and then see what one particularly does. So for instance, this one here, using an ability, grenade, melee, or barricade, empowers the other two abilities. Empowered means abilities have faster regen, melees and grenades do more damage, and barricades have more hit points. So that's cool. So I would think for that, I would want a build that would kind of try and highlight my grenade and melee and possibly my barricade regeneration speed, and also a subclass that can help in that as well. So if it was in PvE and I was going to use this chest piece, I might want to go with the bottom tree of Sunbreaker, because I know that you have Sun Warrior. Passing through a sunspot causes your grenade and melee abilities to recharge faster and your super to last longer. It also increases all the damage you do. So I'm getting like double benefits for that. So I'll be able to stand in a sunspot and get my abilities back quicker, as well as with the Heart of Inmost Light. Every time I use a grenade, it makes my melee stronger, and every time I use a melee, it makes my grenade stronger and my barricade. And you can see that, you'll see a buff called Empowered when you do it. So if I just, I'll have to wait for that to charge. Oh, in fact, no, I'll use my barricade, pop the barricade, and you see Empowered at the bottom left. There we go. You can actually get Empowered ×2, which makes it even stronger. So you could use your melee and a barricade and then throw a grenade that's like extra powerful. And then when I kill someone, I'll go and stand in that sunspot to get my abilities to regen even quicker. So that's something that I might do to actually bolster that. I might want to use mods like discipline mods and strength mods to increase the time that I can recharge. On the arms, you also have on your solar and arc arms, you have this mod here, impact induction, and I think the other ones, I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's find a solar armor piece. There we go. And the other one is momentum transfer. So one of them means that you'll get increased cooldown rate of your melee when you use a grenade. The other one means that you'll get increased cooldown of your grenade when you use a melee. So that will help. You can also use something like distribution. Distribution, it works for all abilities, which is probably the best one in this case. Reduces all ability cooldowns when you're using your class ability. So that seems like a perfect option. On the arc and the solar, again, you can just boil that down to one, which is inversion on this one, and which reduces my grenade whenever I use my class ability, and the other one is I reduce my melee whenever I use my class ability. As well as that, on the solar, it's only on the solar one, enhanced bomber and enhanced bomber, so those will actually make them go down even quicker. Sorry, this one is for picking up orbs actually, so bomber and enhanced bomber are the ones that you do that for your grenades. But the orbs one is another option I could use. I probably wouldn't want to, because I'm probably not looking to generate orbs with using my abilities. I'd have to shoot people to actually do that. But it's an option if you wanted to actually have the extra speed cooldowns. So what else would I do? On your weapons, I would probably look for something with Demolitionist. Demolitionist is a perk where every time you get a kill, it increases the grenade recharge rate for you. And on my primary, I could probably use Monte Carlo, because every time I shoot someone, and this is just for hitting bullets, you get your melee energy coming back really quickly. I'll give you an example of that. Okay, so that's gone. See that? That actually got me my melee instantly because of Markov Chain, which is an excellent perk. Okay, and let's just show you for the grenade. So grenade's nearly full, let's just kill him, and it's already full. There you go. So yeah, those are things you can do. Again, it doesn't give it full all the time, just to show you. It just gives you a big chunk depending on what your grenade recharge rate as well. So Demolitionist does work on your grenade recharge rate. So if you have more grenade recharge rate, it will give you a larger chunk. And with this, you can see the bullets are actually the thing that are making it go up. But I also have a chance to actually get the melee fully back on kills. Oh, it's that to be him. Trying to get that to happen. Oh, these poor dogs. Well, you'd hear a sound that would actually mean that your melee charge came back immediately. So that is basically the essence of making a build. I mean, those are just some of the abilities and perks that can work together to make a specific exotic armor do its thing more often. you chain that with a subclass that helps do that thing. I mean, you usually have quite a few options, so make sure you read into your subclass nodes because they might be giving you more ideas than you actually already knew, which is probably just the super because that's why you like using that one. You have weapons that bolster that, and then just stick on the mods that kind of fill in the rest of the pieces. So yeah, that's just a quick overview on that. Next, I'll just go over mods which are particularly good to use that I would actually recommend looking out for or picking up yourself.